Hello everybody, ScotsThinker here for a shorter video about something that came up from a Variety article. Some kind of confession from the inside of Disney indicating that Disney are now working on some kind of Gen Z brand aimed at young men to try to win back young men.
Oh, good. My slow clap processor made it into this thing. So we have that.
I warned you. I've done it again. I warned you, but did you listen to me? Oh, no, you know.
Congratulations, Disney. You finally caught up with what all of us have been trying to tell you for the past 5 years.
Told you so.
Who'd have thought that alienating half of your entire audience would have made for constant failures at the box office and with audience reception? Who would have guessed? With all kinds of alienating factors like She-Hulk claiming that she can control her anger better than Bruce Banner, a man who literally confessed to having suicidal tendencies in the first Avengers film and has had trouble with literally risking the lives of people rather than being merely catcalled in the street, or constantly belittling male heroes to superficially uplift female heroes, as opposed to having the men and women be equals. Who would have thought that ruining IPs aimed at male demographics by belittling male characters, that writing female and diverse characters as narcissists who can never be questioned, by the way, instead of having female characters who are actually fair heroes, like with what we'd see from Hayao Miyazaki movies and K-pop demon hunters.
Yeah!
Who'd have thought that doing all that against the male demographic would lead to all this box office failure because they failed to cater to at least half the population, i.e. the very male audience they have been deliberately alienating for the past 5 or 6 years. Also, I'm wearing My Name's Doddy hoodie because I'm raising funds for a marathon to do a run for this charity. Support the charity, please. Honestly, just watch K-pop Demon Hunters or any of the Studio Ghibli movies instead. As of recording this, there is a weekend exclusive premiering of a sing-along edition to K-pop Demon Hunters in the cinemas as we speak. And that film succeeded because, unlike so many irritating girl bosses we've had to put up with, especially coming from modern Disney, K-pop Demon Hunters actually understands how to cater to the girl fantasy as well as make endearing female characters. Not to mention Disney's constant insistence on pushing diversity, pushing diversity, pushing diversity. What do you mean by diversity? What do you mean? You already have diversity in your brands. You've already had diversity of African Americans, diversity of African culture, diversity of China, diversity of Romania, diversity of Native America, diversity of Australia, diversity of India, diversity of Arabia, and Colombian diversity, and Southeast Asian diversity, and American Asian diversity, diversity of various European places. What do you mean by diversity? You already had diversity. You already had your audience. You already had a universal appeal. But no! Who cares about that? Who cares about half of the audience you've been building up for decades just for the sake of cheap political pandering? Am I right? I mean, for crying out loud, when Tiana was first shown in Princess and the Frog, did people complain about her character? No one in their right mind complained about Tiana and Princess and the Frog. People loved her character. People loved the character who legitimately works hard for her goal, has to learn to loosen up a bit, and achieves her goal in a much more productive way by finding harmony with the community. People loved that character arc. There was nothing wrong with the original Mulan. People did not complain about the original Mulan, unlike the remake version, He actually worked hard in a way that felt earned. And if you count all the other brands that Disney has bought over the years, no one complained about Ellen Ripley, no one complained about Princess Leia, no one complained about any of those people. In fact, if you're willing to look beyond the superficial stuff, there's empowerment even in the original Snow White and other similar characters. Oh, and yes, cast of Star Wars The Acolyte, Star Wars was already fairly matriarchal with the likes of Princess Leia and Padme before her. Do these people at Disney just never do their homework? Do they just imagine that everything is oppressive and that they have to justify their narcissistic victim mentality? They are constantly endorsing narcissism and they are constantly virtue signaling as opposed to promoting actual virtue like so many films came before. Like I said before, people already loved Disney and Star Wars and Marvel and 20th Century Fox products. They already loved them. But no, they just had to be ruined, didn't they? And honestly, here's the sad part. It just wouldn't surprise me if Disney still learned nothing from this whatsoever. And it really is sad because Disney and Pixar used to be the innovators. They used to be the beloved creative innovators that kept pushing the creative arts forward. But now they've stagnated into just being too safe, too sanitized, too pandering. There's a reason why Disney has been mocked by Deadpool and South Park.
How does this even make any sense?
It makes perfect sense. I think the problem is you.
There's a reason why they've been criticized by so many people online. And there's a reason why people are orienting to other forms of entertainment now. Because if Disney is not willing to innovate, then others will. People are always going to resonate with the innovators. And sadly, the innovators are no longer the beloved Disney company and Pixar. Nowadays, the innovators appear to be Sony Pictures Animation, just take a look at Kpop Demon Hunters, as well as the anime industry, which is producing mature animated works that most of Western companies could only ever dream of, if they can even do that these days. So on the one hand, it really is satisfying to see these kinds of people finally admit what we've been trying to point out for years. On the same time, it's sad that we just know deep down inside, for now, not much is going to change. So, what can we do? Just pray for them, I guess. What do you think of this whole situation? Let me know down in the comments below and we'll get a conversation started. ScotsThinker signing out.
Yeah, the company's trashed.
Told you so.
Also, I'm wearing this hoodie again. Please support the run.